Well, good morning. It's good to see you again.
You too. I had makeup on today.
Me too. Just kidding. That would be interesting. But yeah, it's been another couple minutes since our last video, right? Recording this one back to back.
Hey, we gotta do what we gotta do.
It's much easier. I think a lot of people nowadays just like watching the news, whether that's through YouTube or educational stuff. I think more effective.
Well, now that we're single shifting because of labor, they can at least prep and listen to the podcast and get the information as prepping.
I know you have a survey that you're going to talk about in a minute, but it's going to help us kind of focus on what people want to hear about.
Yeah, that's the whole point of this.
Yeah, definitely. So I'll go ahead and share the screen here. It's going to make us tiny, but at least everyone will be able to see the content that we'll be discussing.
I love my Bitmoji. So, totally looks like me.
See, that's why I'm wearing a hat. My Bitmoji is wearing a hat, so I'm just trying to play the game here.
All right.
Play the character.
You got a collar. You got a collar there. I got a white shirt. I got a white shirt there. All right. Well, we'll take that.
Yeah. Matches. It's all for the show. A couple best practices here under the COVID corner that we wanted to chat about for a couple minutes. So, employee mask. I guess I'll start on that. We just received some confirmation this morning that the mask that everyone will be getting from IPC through the distributors, this is the mask. As you see, it looks like a lot better quality. It's bigger, fits the face better. And so I think people will be excited about that. This is the next wave of masks that are coming available.
You see those barcode masks? They weren't even masks. Like, I could have sat at home and made better masks and sold them. I was so
super disappointing. It looked like a mask maybe for a toddler, but not for any adult that works in our stores.
I felt so bad for the owners. Like, they spent that money, they waited.
I think a lot of people were so excited because we had a mask option available. Everyone jumped on it because of how important it was, based on the requirements set out by, the state and the counties. And then we get this mediocre product. Anyway, we'll move on from that and try to keep it more positive, right?
Well, digital is my thing. You already know.
That's why this is all you.
Of course. Did you get my email that I sent out to everybody in California about Grubhub? Because
I did.
Since then, only 7 stores have reactivated. So just FYI for you and Jocelyn and Moises, Grubhub is not integrated, and we tend to forget that. So you have to manually go in and put your hours either in the tablet per store or on their portal. And about 130 stores now were turned off because orders were coming in and nobody was accepting it because nobody updated the hours. So I'm trying to get owners, managers, anybody who's in the store to update the hours on the tablet, but then that doesn't reactivate you. You still have to go and send a test order on the tablet or from the portal, and on the tablet you have to accept it like it's a regular order. That'll reactivate you. And I think people
that's super important.
So we need to do this because I don't want our owners to miss out on sales because they're not active. That's money, like straight up money. Also need to let like you, Jocelyn, Moises, me, like when they change their hours, we have to put it in the system too. It's not just on the feed. It's not just on Grubhub. We still have to put it in Alley Office. And so you got to just shoot us an email, shoot us a text. I want to go to a store that says that they close at 2 and I'm there at 2:15 or 1:15 and they're closed. I'm like, wait, what? But you told me 2 and online it says 2 and you're closed. Like,
yeah. I think a lot of people are still getting used to the ability of now they can change their hours on the feed. We just got to make sure we're changing the right section, right? It's the section right below the grayed out area on the feed. So, just real quick for everyone's knowledge, the grayed out section is still technically your official hours, but those are the hours we update when you notify us. And so it's super important that you still let us know, like Aziza said, but you can go in and any of your e-commerce, except Grubhub, as Aziza described, will all be updated an hour, 2 hours, 24 hours.
Remote orders are 15 minutes to an hour. From my understanding, third party still can take 24 hours.
Right. Yeah. So we have seen complaints come in where stores are closed, but the hours we have and the hours we can see online shows the store open, an hour or two after the fact of the complaint coming in. So we just really want to make sure we're not just closing because it was a slow day. If we're planning ahead and we're entering that information on the feed, then that's fine. But just the day of, it's going to confuse people, and it's very possible to get orders, like we're talking about, and then a complaint comes in, and then we're going to have to go through that whole refund process, which is a big pain in the butt.
I'd rather my store close at 1, if they're busy, stay open later. Like put in the system that they close at 1, and if it's busy, like they're getting stuff, just keep it open, versus them saying 2 and then closing at 1. Because when you have it on the front door, right? I come in, I'm a customer. Oh, the store is open till 2. Cool. 3 days later, I come at 1:30. They're closed, and the sign still says 2. Because that actually happened to me. You close at 8. They're like, no, we close at 2. I was like, well, nobody told me that. And why does your sign outside say 8 temporary hours? So
right.
I don't want to kill this. I just wanted you to know what I've been experiencing, and I'm sure that's what customers are experiencing, but definitely like you and I and Jocelyn and Moises need to follow up on that Grubhub and make sure that we're 100% on for all the stores.
I think we are, and we'll get into curbside here as everyone can see on the screen right now. But I think you're just talking from experience based on what we've seen and what we've heard from customers. And, we really got to think ahead. It's sometimes easy in the moment to say, you know what, I'm not making enough money. I should just close the store down for the rest of the day. But it has a domino effect that is creating issues for our guests. And that's what's most important. And that's, I think, why we're having this conversation. All right. So another exciting program. I'll let you jump into this.
I'm really excited about this, only because finally we can compete with drive-thrus. We are utilizing the technology that we have. And Kev, I'm just letting you know, this is not going to go away. Once COVID subsides, they're keeping this. Subway's going to make a huge push. So I'd rather like you and I communicate to our owners now and get them to master it, because it's not going away. And
yeah, how do we get them onto something now ahead of time? Like it's better to be the first to market on something like this, so we can perfect it, because then we're reaping the benefit of it sooner than everyone else. So I know there's some limitations that people are concerned about, like parking spaces and the landlord's not allowing them to put up sign. But look, this is the perfect time to implement it, because they're not as concerned as they would in times when things are fine and we're not in the midst of a pandemic.
Not everybody has parking right in front of the location, things like that. But the good news is there are options. You just have to figure out what works best for your location and execute it. Subway, how they're launching it is when you order on the app, special instructions, car, make and model, and license plate.
I think Subway is better set up for this than a lot of other brands. For example, this weekend, we went to pick up food, and Raising Cane's actually had, this one actually has a drive-through. And then they also have now these parking stalls, and it says, call this number to place your order. And someone, has like a pop-up tent outside, and they're just standing there handing people their menus, and then you call the number. Well, we don't have to hand out physical menus because everything's online for those particular stores, right? And two, having to call the store is overwhelming the phone systems, it seems, because I can never get through, and then I have to flag someone down, and then the whole distancing thing becomes irrelevant, because now they have to stand there and take my order, then they have to walk it into the store. So I think Subway is so much better set up for this. We can perfect this, and we can continue to fine tune it and share best practices. I think we'll be set up for better success.
Well, I don't know if you got it, but I did share an email for marketing materials and where to get them.
Yep, I sent those out.
And then also it's in the pipeline not right now, but in the pipeline, once we get out of all this, I know that they're going to make a spot on the app so you could click curbside. It's not right now, but it's coming, which is why I'm trying to get everybody started now, because
that'll be awesome.
It's out, you know, we got a street fight. Like, he's like, wait, you know. So I think that people are going to see that we are here for their best interest. We're donating. We're providing groceries. We're doing everything that we can. We just need everybody to get out and keep that fight going. So we'll just have to keep sending marketing emails to everybody.
Agreed. We're just going to fill everyone's inbox with marketing emails.
We'll just keep shooting you video links.
There you go. That's better.
All right. It's good talking to you. I like when we can share these marketing ideas to help our owners get better.
I know. Stop calling me on the phone. Let's just set up a time to have a conversation through video chat.
All right. Cool. Well, then I guess I'll talk to you next week.
Yep. See you next time.
Bye.